It's a cold and semi-miserable rainy day here at Capristo Farm, so we are doing a greenhouse morning. A little bit of maintenance. We have all of the tomatoes here in this front bed. We're going through, pulling off all of the suckers and doing any trimming, making sure that all the supports and the strings are on. We have all of the peppers that were put in yesterday, so they're all in, good to go, looking nice and healthy. All of these tomato plants, these are all the cherry tomatoes. Tammy's gone through and done the far side, pulled off all suckers and everything that needed to be done so far. And then we have the kitty in here helping a lot, and the dog, who is extremely interested in everything. More of the peppers, which are going out into the outside eventually. A giant mullein plant in the middle of it all. And on this side, going through with the cucumbers next to all the basil and pulling off any of the suckers that are starting to grow, like this guy, bit of a sucker coming off. This guy's got a few suckers. Need to pull a couple of the flowers that have already started down too low. Need to pull those off to make sure that the cucumbers get nice and tall, and then you just make sure they don't have too much fruit on them at one time. So that's what's going on this morning. And these are all the carrots, which are actually doing quite well here underneath the tomatoes for the time being. These two cucumbers are a good example. We've got this guy coming up into a sucker, and then this one's a sucker here as well, with another sucker here, and then a few more coming in. So, like, this guy's got a flower going already. We don't want the flowers until they're a lot further up. This giant thing here, that's another sucker. Got a sucker here coming up. So all of these need to be pulled off so that the plant can actually start going a little quicker, although this is one of the biggest ones that we have so far. But I've pulled 2 to 3 solid sized suckers off pretty much everything that I've gone through so far. And the tomatoes are looking a whole lot clearer underneath from having a whole lot of vegetation taken out. But we've got little tomatoes starting on quite a few of the plants already. So that's pretty cool to see. Lots of flowers coming through. Greenhouse is all trimmed for the day. All of the cucumbers are done. All of the tomatoes have been trimmed and had their suckers modified. Everything's been wound back up against their strings. All the peppers here ready to go. These guys look completely different. You can actually see down to the ground now, where before it was just absolutely hectic. But that'll do really well, make a big difference. Kind of raining, but now it is time to start shifting on to the next projects for the day. I've already put out a lot of peas out in the field up against the new trellis, and I've got to go and get some potatoes that we started from seed instead of from the potatoes this time. So I'm going to go out and find them so that I can put them into one of these rows out here that's getting nice and wet. After the greenhouse, we got quite a few other things planted. We have a whole lot of kohlrabi down this row. We have some cabbage down this row, which, to be honest, should be the size of the kohlrabi at least, so not sure how much hope we have for them. And then we have the potatoes that we've done from seed. We have many pounds of potatoes that will be going into kind of entire towers that we'll have on the back side of the greenhouse. But we also tried these potatoes from seed this year, so we'll see how those ones go. Still have 2 rows for the beets to go in, and then we have the spring onions which will go in this one, and then we had all the squashes uncovered for a fair bit today as it was raining. So we also got, well, Tammy's gone and put in a couple of 100 flowers into this bed. It's been quite a day, got quite a bit done. We also had this row which now has sunflowers and a whole lot of other flowers that's been put in all the way down, and we had a couple of extra peas, snap peas, that have just been tucked in here on this new fence. So yeah, big day, but got quite a lot done, getting much closer to having everything planted. We've just got 5 rows of tomatoes to go in over there, along with 2 rows of peppers that will be going in the tunnel. And then I can't remember what's going on this row anymore.